All right, Mayor Olivia Chow's budget got the green light from City Council this week, committing to a 2.2% property tax hike, additional funding for police, freezing TTC fares. It's proven to be a pretty popular budget ahead of the mayoral race this fall.
So joining us live in studio this morning is Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow. Mayor Chow, thanks for coming up to Agent Court and chatting with us this morning. Good to see you here. And of course, you're here on the cusp of Lunar New Year. So happy almost New Year to you as well. I know you got something here. Yeah.
It's the year of the fire horse. And in advance, Happy New Year of the Horse. And this is a tradition where we give everyone
Thank you very much.
a red pocket. You can open it later.
Should we open them? Oh, later, okay.
There's some goodies in there.
I'll tuck it away later. Then.
Wonderful. Thank you for bringing this in. Maybe we could start by talking a bit about Lunar New Year. Any celebrations that you're looking forward to in the city next week?
Oh, my God, there's so many. It's impossible to count. But a lot of families in New Year's Eve will be out shopping, buying things, and have a meal together. It's time to bring the families together, just like Thanksgiving weekend, right? Pardon me. It's just too much partying. They will shop, they will buy things, have a meal, and then on the New Year's Day, they will eat some more.
And celebrate.
Celebrate. A lot of it is good fortune, which is the clementine because it's gold. Give each other, especially kids, these red pockets, wishing them good luck. And sesame balls and a lot of sweets. My grandkids' favorite. It's very sweet. It has sesame and red lotus beans inside. So. And in China, they celebrate for 14 days. We won't get that excessive.
Right, yes, yeah. Mayor Chow, let me ask you, what year are you, and what does that forebode potentially under the lunar calendar in terms of prosperity for you, or could this be a challenging year for you? Like, what sign are you? I'm a tiger, for example.
Tiger?
Yes, which I understand is good in the year of the horse.
My late husband and my mom were both year of the tiger, Jack Layton. Like I said, whoa. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, a tiger usually fierce and determined. Horse is strong, speedy, get to the goal and delivers. Okay, that's what horse does. I'm a year of the rooster.
Okay.
You can tell I talk quite a bit, which is why my voice have trouble. It arouses people, so go and get it kind of mentality. So, which brings me to the budget. You talked about the budget.
Absolutely, yeah.
It is really about delivering very fast in the year of the horse, more affordability for residents of Toronto. And you can tell by the way we said, okay, no fare increase on TTC. That saves some money in your pocket. We're feeding kids in schools so that your grocery bill won't be as high. Those two areas combined is like $1,200 for a family of four. That's important because every dollar count these days.
Sure does,
Yeah, there's money in there for helping renters. Because sometimes if you get in trouble, you're 1 or 2 months behind because you have to do a root canal, and they are expensive. And we have a rent bank just to tie you over so you don't get evicted, because sometimes things could be tight, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of things in there for homeowners. If your energy bill is really high, your furnace is about getting a bit old, you want to replace your furnace, replace it with a heat pump. It saves you energy bills, and we give low-cost financing, rebates. Same thing with some pumps and to make sure your basement don't flood, backup batteries, all those stuff that it just makes everyday life a bit more affordable.
The 2.2%, obviously very welcome news after a tough couple of years where people were asked for far more. Many are wondering, though, how sustainable this is. Like, what is the city doing now to ensure that next year there isn't a really significant property tax increase?
Well, I inherited a $1.8 billion tax hole when I first came in the July of 2023. It was steep. So what did we do? I went to the province and said, please take the Gardner and the GVP, because it's a regional highway. There's no reason a little city would take care of it. They said yes. So we got $2.2 billion freed up. Then we can invest. And we also said those people that buy very expensive luxury properties pay a bit more. That's only 2% of people buying. They're the top wealthiest. And if you leave your home empty for more than a year, those are speculators. In the middle of a housing crisis, you also pay a bit more. Because of all those things, we're able to save up some money. Our credit rating went up, first time in 23 years, is now AA+. So because of all those measures, we're able to save some money, which allowed me, after 2 or 3 years this year, to deliver a budget that is a lot more affordable for everyone.
But will the savings continue next year? That's
Absolutely.
the concern. You feel it'll stay low?
Absolutely. Okay. That uploading the gardener is every year that we don't have to. We actually also, fixing the gardener, you notice we made it so fast because the province came in and helped us out. Yep. We, instead of 3 years, we got it fixed in a year and a half. So we're doing a lot of cooperative work with other levels of government, which is then help us save in the long run every year.
Would doing that next year, though, require dipping back into that rainy day fund? I mean, you're taking $400 million to sort of do this. Some people are suggesting that's because it's an election year. We're not clear whether you're running or not. Maybe you can make a little news here this morning. But also in terms of the overall budgeting, how do you get to that low number again next year without tapping into reserves, which some people have criticized this year?
We still have $10 billion in reserve funds. It's huge. I've come from an immigrant family. We save. There's always rainy days, right? Even though my mom and dad, working class, didn't have much. There's always money left in the bank. I always do that. So we are contributing huge amount, even today, to reserves, and we will continue to do that. But then there are reserves that we've put aside in the last 2 years that we're using. The FIFA reserve funds. And a few years ago, we put aside money because there are policing costs and there are different kind of costs that we need snow removal. Yeah. We put
need a lot of that.
Yeah, we didn't even have to dip into that reserve fund. So we are very fiscally responsible, which is why our credit rating went up. Right. One thing, though, I want to say that is that building affordable housing is my top priority. It's so important. So I'm now working very closely with the provincial and the federal government to say that let's make building housing cheaper, because a lot of housing has been approved, the zoning has been approved. But because of financing, the developers, the home builders are not able to build.
Well, that's the part of the market they say is going to be the biggest sort of part of the sort of housing markets going to grow, sort of rent-geared, housing. I'm sure you want to see this through rental housing. I'm sure you want to see this through. You've kind of got a lot started. Does that mean you will run again this year to sort of try to continue that and put that forward? That seems to me, if that's your priority, it would only make sense you would continue running.
The election's in October. As I said, focusing on building housing now. I know the federal government is going to have an economic statement coming up in March. The provincial government will have a budget. I am working overtime to say, please, because people need jobs. Some of the construction workers are being laid off right now. And I don't know whether you noticed, every crane in the sky, 7 out of 10 of them, the buildings that are being built right now is because the City of Toronto gave financial incentives. But we put out so much money, the 10, 11,000 units of housing being built as we speak right now, we've emptied out our piggy bank. We can't do more. So we're saying to the federal and the provincial government, join us. We've eliminated the development charges for all these builders. They need phase 2. We did phase 1 in November of 2024. We're ready for phase 2. So hopefully, let's look at the budget coming from the province and the feds. Let's have a conversation then. If you see a big grin in my face, that means we are able to build more housing that people can afford. If I look sad, it may mean that we didn't get what we need.
Are you nervous that could happen, though? I mean, both provincial and federal governments, they're also tightening the purse strings a little bit. We've already seen that with some changes to programs in Toronto. I know the one in Scarborough with the youth violence, for example. Are you worried they could say, no, we're not going to give you the money when it comes to the partnership?
is active conversation. I was up in Ottawa meeting with the Prime Minister Carney. In fact, I gave him a Chinese New Year card with a house in it.
Okay.
I said, please
That's
help
the
us
message,
build
yeah.
help us build some housing. Build it fast. Year of the horse, fast, right? Speed.
Yeah.
That's what horse is known for. Let's not lose this construction period. We need the jobs. So I made my pitch. I know both levels of government really want to build more housing and build some infrastructure, right? And this is the biggest city in Canada. And people are having a hard time. I think if you work here, you deserve to be able to afford to live here. You shouldn't have to, just because you're starting a family, move out of town.
Yeah.
And the commute coming into the city is like too much.
Yeah,
You know,
it's tough.
those are the time you can save for your family, with your family.
All right, Mayor Chow, we're going to have to leave it there this morning. Good to see you up here. Hopefully we'll get you back here very soon and talk more about this, and maybe we'll have some other news to talk about at that time. Mayor Chow, thanks for being here this morning. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
enjoy the
Thank you so
celebrations.
much for coming in.